Heartland Season 19 has been a roller coaster of emotions, hasn't it? Every episode digs deeper into the lives we've grown to love, but Episode 7. This one is going to shake everything up. We've finally reached the point where Amy's story takes full center stage, something fans have waited years for. Yet it feels like the more we get of her, the more she's changing. And maybe that's exactly what makes this season so powerful, because this isn't the same Amy we once knew. And that's both exciting and terrifying. So what's really about to happen in Episode 7? Let's break it down. Because trust me, it's going to test loyalties, relationships, and everything Heartland stands for. Episode 6 gave us plenty of drama to chew on, especially when it comes to Nathan's sister. Let's be honest. She's turning into one of the most frustrating characters on the show. Trying to steal Heartland's sponsorships? That was low. But then sponsoring Katie's flag team just to mess with the Flemings? That's not just petty, that's war. Unless, of course, she's completely misunderstood. But really, how misunderstood can someone be after all this? Either way, she's lighting fires everywhere she goes, and it's bound to explode in the next episode. The real heartbreak, though, is how this tension could destroy Amy and Nathan's relationship. Amy finally confronted Nathan about her suspicions involving Gracie and the sick horse, but his reaction wasn't exactly reassuring. In Episode 7, Nathan will have no choice but to face his sister. But here's where it gets complicated. Money's tight. His sister knows it, and she's going to use it. She'll remind Nathan that if he keeps following his heart instead of his head, he could lose everything. The ranch, their father's legacy, all of it. That pressure will force Nathan into an impossible choice, love or loyalty. Meanwhile, Amy is in a completely different emotional space. She meets one of Nathan's old friends, a man about to get married who's struggling with anxiety about riding a horse for his wedding. Naturally, Amy steps in to help him, but that simple act reopens old wounds. The wedding preparations, the decorations, the joy. It all takes her back to her own wedding with Ty. She starts to wonder if she'll ever find that kind of happiness again. And deep down, she realizes she's falling harder for Nathan than she expected. She starts dreaming of another wedding, her own. But Nathan, he's drifting, caught between duty and desire. That distance is going to hurt. Because while Amy's heart is opening up again, Nathan's trying to hold his life together. He knows if he lets his sister take charge, it could save the ranch. But it could also cost him Amy. For once, he's not the confident, dependable man we thought he was. He's torn. And as Caleb hinted, maybe Nathan really is chasing something he'll never catch. The next big thrill, the next best thing. But before we lose faith in him, remember, Heartland loves a good redemption arc. And I have a feeling the show will play with that tension for a while before we see the real Nathan resurface. Now, while all this emotional chaos unfolds, something else, something hopeful, begins to take shape. Dex, our new ranch hand, is finally stepping into the spotlight. Over the past few episodes, we've watched him struggle to find direction. Jack's been pushing him to take ranching seriously, but Dex has always had that restless spirit. In Episode 6, he took things too far, diving into the rodeo without warning, reckless, impulsive, and lucky to make it out in one piece. Jack had no choice but to kick him out, and for the first time, Dex had to face the reality of his own mistakes. Episode 7 will show a new side of Dex, a young man trying to grow up. He starts to understand what responsibility really means, and he'll do everything he can to earn back Jack's trust. But even the strongest resolve needs a little help, right? That's where Katie comes in. And if you've been paying attention, you already know something's brewing between them. Remember that curious look Katie had when her friend called Dex hot? That wasn't nothing. Episode 7 will bring them closer as they team up to win back Jack's approval and find their place in Heartland's world. Dex and Katie are more alike than they realize, both chasing purpose, both learning who they are. She's starting to mirror Amy's strength, and Dex has that spark that reminds everyone of a young Ty. Their connection feels natural, unforced, and filled with potential. And honestly, it's not hard to imagine them as the future of Heartland, maybe even the ones who'll carry the ranch forward one day. So while Amy and Nathan's love story faces its toughest challenge yet, another begins to quietly blossom in the background. The show is evolving, relationships are shifting, and every decision feels like it could change Heartland forever. Episode 7 will test bonds, reveal true motives, and remind us why we fell in love with this world in the first place. For its mix of heart, hardship, and hope. And if you think things are dramatic now, just wait. The best and most emotional moments of Season 19 are still ahead.